First of all, I want to congratulate Auburn and Coach Thompson on their success this year. You know, going into this game, there was one that was going to be done, and the other one was going to be moving on. So certainly, the emotion that I saw in their dugout was a team of hurt and a team that really competed. And that's a first-class program, and what he has done here at Auburn has been remarkable. Multiple World Series appearances, and certainly they'll be back. So, but I just want to congratulate them on a great year that they've had, and unfortunately, all comes to an end at some point. So, but ours lives on for another day. Outstanding game by us. Yesterday, we saw terrific pitching and defense. We missed out on the timely hitting, and today we saw, I think, a combination of everything that we needed to win an Auburn against an Auburn team. So very proud of the way our guys competed and the sense of urgency, knowing our backs were against the wall. And you know, these two gentlemen played a pivotal part in that win today.
Questions?
Yeah, Dustin, just talked about yesterday how you weren't able to get the big hit, 2 huge home runs. Just how big, obviously that was big. Just walk us through those at-bats and, you know, what the message was to the team.
Yeah, like you said, just missed the big hit yesterday, and you know, I think Sarge led us off great in the first inning with the 3-run backside home run. It gave us a lot of momentum, and you know, I put 2 good swings on fastball ends, and they went over the fence. So I mean, I give a lot of credit to Sarge for getting us going and giving us all a lot of momentum.
Billy, can you just speak on your outing? I mean, how much of a difference is it for you after Sarge's home run?
Yeah, it's way easier to pitch with a lead, and you know, doing that in the first inning, we knew we had our backs against the wall. To come out and score 3 really just, you know, puts the team not at ease, but not exactly. We're not relaxing, but it makes me know that, hey, I can go out there and attack guys, and that's what Coach Oz always says: just attack, don't let no freebies, because that's when they can turn those into big innings. And you know, with the lead, it's easy to just go out there and attack guys.
Second round, right?
Dustin, I think 4 home runs now for you in the postseason, if you count the Sun Belt tournament. I mean, obviously, previously in your career, you're not a guy who's hit a ton of home runs. Is it just clicking at the right time, or is there a little bit something more to that?
Yeah, I guess it's just clicking at the right time. I'm getting good pitches and putting good swings on it. I mean, I'm not trying to hit the ball over the fence. I'm taking the same swing I took for a couple years now, and they're just going over the fence now. But yeah, nothing's really changed that much.
Front row.
Yeah, Billy, you pitched Division III World Series, and now you in a regional. How much difference is in Division I regional? How much difference is it? What's the feeling like?
Yeah, it was a great feeling today. A lot of fans there, more than I've ever seen. Last year at my old school, we hosted a super regional, got a good amount of fans there, but today was, you know, nothing like I'd seen before in the postseason. You know, it's the same idea. It's all pitching. It's all attacking guys, keeping the walk slow, and that's what gets the job done most of the time. And today we were throwing inside fastballs, and they were hitting them pretty softly early. So that's what got me through so many innings with so many few pitches, because it was just getting in early.
Go back to second row.
Scott, I guess following up on previously, I mean, what does having a power bat for the last couple of weeks at shortstop kind of asset is that for you guys?
Yeah, you know, I think what it does, it also complements the defense that he's been playing as well, you know, to giving you that balance. Certainly, you know, we preach defense before offense at that position, and but Dustin's unique, and I think he's grown and developed over his years into being very, very serviceable in the lineup, and he's moved himself to that 2-hole. You know, I remember when he used to be in the 9-hole. He told me, I'm going to be in that 2-hole. You're not going to be able to keep me out of there. And certainly he earned every bit of that just by the way he can handle the bat. And he said it best. He's not trying to hit home runs. He's putting good swings. He's tacking pitches in the zone and putting good swings. And when you do that, on occasion, those balls are going to leave the yard. And certainly today, those were 2 really big home runs that he hit, you know, following Sarge's 3-run homer. But you know, I think another one is Danny's that solo that he hit there in the 8th. You know, their guy was throwing really well and kind of had our number, and that was a big insurance run that put the grand slam out of reach. That took us from 4 to 5 runs. So Billy, outstanding job. Really pitched well. 81 pitches. You know, just one strikeout. You know, so a lot of balls put in play there that defense had to make. You know, and credit both parts of that game with that. But Armistead, when he came in and took over, you know, play of the game was after they'd scored the 2 runs, and Nicky Monasterio, ball up the middle, dives, takes that ball away, and flips to Dustin at second to retire the inning. Otherwise, you know, things could have got a little dicey because they'd cut it to 4 runs there from 6-0 to 6-2.
Back row.
Is there anything unique or different that you do preparing now for a game or 2 on Sunday?
Just got to take it one. You know, now you literally have to take it one game at a time. You know, and we've talked about that, and it's been the focus all year long. Whether it's the first game of the year back in February or where we are right now on June the 3rd, June the 4th will be a one-game approach. We have to win that one to move on. So we'll do whatever we need to do that, and there's really no other approach than that.
Second row.
Yeah, Scott, just I guess follow to that. How do you feel about your pitching staff going 2 guys today? Just going forward, how do you feel about your pitching staff?
Well, I mean, we still have some bullets there that have certainly helped us along the way this year. You know, I'm probably not going to be hard to figure out who we're going to start tomorrow. I haven't talked to Oz yet about that, but you know, we'll hang our hat on him, and he'll give us a good outing, I'm sure, and those guys behind him got to be ready to step up. I mean, it's all hands on deck is what we need right now, and to survive and continue to play. We're 3 games away, I believe, from being able to win this. So, but we've got to take them one at a time.
Got a couple in the front row.
Scott, to you or the players, what's the environment of this regional going to be like now that the host team has been eliminated? Do you try and use that to your advantage?
Well, it's going to be really solid with black and gold, I can tell you that. I mean, they were out here today. You know, I know they were disappointed like we were in the loss yesterday, but it didn't keep them from coming out today. They've been a lot of our strength this year, both at home and on the road, and certainly here in Auburn, 4.5 hours away from Hattiesburg. It hadn't kept them from coming here to watch us. So they'll be out here strong tomorrow, and we'll feed off from their energy and understand that you know, what we have to do and moving forward.
This is for Billy and Scott. I want to know how you got to Southern Miss.
Yeah, it's an interesting story. I ended up playing summer ball with Isaiah Rhodes, a pitcher on this team, and he became my best friend. We didn't live together, it was in Vermont, but we would go everywhere together, and lockers were right across from each other. Just became a good friend, and kept in touch with him for the whole next year when, you know, my school at Division III had a great run, obviously, and I kept up with Southern Miss because he was, you know, one of my best friends now, and I saw how, you know, the games ended last year, and I knew it was a great team with a great pitching staff, great pitching coach, and Coach Barry's been is a great coach, and he Isaiah told me that, and I went in the portal because both my coaches left, and he said, hey, why don't you want to come down here? And I said, this was about middle of June, and by August 15th I was here. I wanted to, once I got that offer from coach, I was like, yeah, I'm coming.
How did you evaluate?
Well, Matt Fincher was one of his coaches that summer. Matt was he and I coached together in Jayhawk League back in 1988, and so we called. You know, we didn't have any video on Billy. We had the numbers, and certainly the numbers indicated that he was a strike thrower. You know, that was important to us. That's what we want to try to sign. And so talking to Finch loved him. Talked about his changeup. You know, really was impressed with his changeup and the ability to throw it. And certainly that's what makes his fastball better than what it is. I mean, you know, you're going to watch him. His velo is going to be 87, 89. Every now and then he's going to touch a 90. But that changeup's going to make that fastball look a little bit 2 or 3 miles an hour faster, just trying to speed those guys up. And so, you know, Finch gave him high marks, not only as a pitcher, but as a person, and he thought he would be a really good fit with our program.
Back row.
Coach, I know yesterday you said your team has to be present today. From the opening pitch, opening inning, they were that way. I just wonder what this team showed you today, their fight,
Well, certainly, we use that analogy that you must be present to win if you enter a raffle. There's sometimes you win it and they call you, but baseball's not that way. It's one of those that you pay big bucks, and that's the hard work, and you got to be present when they pull that prize out. You got to be there to win it, and we use that as a mental and physically got to show up. So, I think one thing that you look at in today's game is that Auburn, they lose an emotional game last night, an extra inning game to a very good Penn team, as we all saw, went late into the night, and they had the quick turnaround today. And I kind of saw the same thing that I saw out of Louisiana last week with playing Coastal and having to beat them twice on that Saturday, and they played the night game to win that. And it's tough, man, when you have to turn it around and get ready to go the next day. So that was a tough turnaround for them today with that.
Austin, here we got one via Zoom. Everybody good? All right, Heath on Zoom, go ahead. Maybe not.
Tell you to turn his audio on.
All right.
Heath.
Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
There we go.
Sorry, guys.
You're good. Fire away.
Okay, Billy, Dustin, Billy, the bottom of the first inning, you had runners at the corners, 2 out, and there was a little momentum. You got the line out to right field, and Dustin, I think it was bottom of the 6th. They scored a couple of runs, but Monastery made a really remarkable play there at second to get the runner out. How big was momentum killing plays in this game to keep them from building any momentum?
Yeah, for me, first inning, I always want to try to make it a clean one. And when those situations came up and got a little, hairy with runners in the corners, Pato came in nice on a hard hit ball and got to it to keep it at 0. And then, since we had the lead, I wanted to obviously keep it at a 0. And once I finally got that last out, was able to, relax a little and get more into a groove and keep rolling for a few more innings.
It's just like with us yesterday. If a couple of our balls fall, we score more runs, and it's just with them. They were a couple of feet. If it's in the gap, they obviously score a couple runs here and there. And Nicky with a great play. If he doesn't make that play, that's another run, and who knows what happens next. So it's just part of baseball. You gotta get the big hits or big plays are made, and we made the big plays.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you.